go over Shiba Inu. So anyways, without further ado, let's go over this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. But hey, we are watching the prices right now here inside of Shiba Inu. I do believe we might have another pullback in the market. That's just something I'm seeing. And I don't know if this was a false breakout, like a bull trap off of Bitcoin, because the whole Jackson Hole meeting caused that pump. So that's one thing that we actually have to look out for. A lot of people are expecting us to continue to run up here in the market, and that would be very, very nice if we did. Looking at the daily chart, it does look like we could have a reversal to the upside and continue on this uptrend looking at the daily chart. But then when I come over here and look at the 4-hour chart, like, the MACD is selling off a little bit, but we could easily continue to rise. Yes, the MACD has sold off a little bit, but it could easily continue to rise up even higher. The next level for us to break would be about 119K. And then from there, we will be back towards our all-time highs at around 123, 124K. So that is what we're doing in Bitcoin. We got to pay attention to that because as you can see, Shiba Inu is at this level here. So if Shiba Inu were to pull back a little bit, it'd probably end up stopping at 0.00001179 or 1180. And then we could also pull back to that one area, that 1040 area. But good news for you all, we actually have a wedge pattern that we've been in Shiba Inu for a long time, actually, since 2024. The beginning somewhere around March 2024, February 2024. As you can see, we've been inside of this wedge pattern for a very long time. And where is the next level for us to reach in this wedge pattern? I also have it on a different chart here. So you can see here towards the end of that wedge pattern, we actually are about to take off. So a lot of people are probably looking at it like, I don't know about that. But look, we touched it once there, came back to the bottom, touched it, came up to the top, touched it, third time, touched it on the bottom. And now we're about to touch it on the top of that wedge pattern for the third time as well. So let's just look at where those prices would bring us if we were to go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and take this date and time range, and let's go ahead and draw up to the top here to this Fibonacci retracement. So if we were to break out right now and get to the top of this wedge pattern, we would most likely break out of the wedge pattern, but just getting to the top of the wedge pattern alone is 60%. So just getting to the top of it is literally a 60% gain. So that's already good. And honestly, some people would probably say, hey, let's stop at 60%, but it could probably go up even more. Let's be honest. It could probably go up even more. Usually when we have these wedge patterns and we break out, we usually end up breaking out and going towards the top of that wedge pattern, where the top was on that wedge pattern. And this is the Fibonacci all the way up here at 0.00004500. So that would be a whole total of $255 million in market cap. Or not 255 million, 255%, right? It would be at 255% right there. And then we can actually calculate what that market cap would be just by coming over here, copying this circulating supply and multiplying it by that target price, which would be at approximately about 4,500. So from where we are now, 0.000012, all the way up here to 0.000045, that would be a $26.5 billion market cap for SHIB. SHIB is currently at $7.6 billion market cap, and that right there would be a whole total of $26.5 billion market cap. So after we break this wedge pattern, that is where we're going to be heading right now. So if I was going to do a short-term price prediction for Shiba Inu, this is what that short-term price prediction would look like. I would definitely say watch out for this. We could be doing this pretty soon. All we have to do is break past this Fibonacci up here at 0.0002. And once we break past that Fibonacci, it's going to be all growth from there, all growth. So stay ready, stay prepared for that. That should be happening pretty soon here inside of SHIB. And like I said, if we see Bitcoin continuing on the upside, well, then we're going to probably end up seeing Shiba Inu taking off too. and doing what it does. So hopefully this was not a bull trap inside of Bitcoin. I've been tracking the prices here of Bitcoin for a while. I mean, looking at the MACD on Bitcoin, it looks like it's trying to reverse back to the upside here. Also, on the percent R trend exhaustion, it's kind of looking like it's almost oversold. Not necessarily oversold, but it's kind of looking like there's a possibility that it could turn back up to the upside here. But my only fear with this is that we turn back to the upside and get rejected again and go down. We definitely do not want to see that. We already got rejected twice here. We hit a double top up here. But if we get rejected one more time up here at the top with Bitcoin, I'm afraid that this is gonna cause a huge drop, probably closer to like 100 to 99K, somewhere around there if we get rejected at the top again. But we don't want to do that again though. We do have a good short-term price prediction here for sheep going all the way down to 255%. So we should be going up to 255%, which will be 0.000045, which is the peak of that last run at the beginning of 2024. Now, we do have the time where we got extremely high inside of sheep, but I'm not really looking at that as, a short-term price prediction. I think in the long term, we can get back up to our all-time highs. That's just going to entail us having to, ride the wave of this next bull market, but it's going to be pretty hard for us to get all the way back up there and top that. So sheep did that because, the whole thing with Elon Musk and Doge, every time he talked about Doge, sheep went up as well. Then sheep just started going crazy, and it hasn't been the same since. And the same thing really goes for Doge. So we kind of need a major catalyst alongside the crypto market just running like crazy for us to get back up here in a short period of time. But other than that, it's going to take us a longer period of time to get back up, all the way back up there. It's about 600% in gains from where we are now. So I think we have the possibility to reach that level. It's just going to take a lot longer. And just to kind of show you guys what that market cap will look like, we'll multiply it by that target price, which was the all-time high. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 8861. So at the all-time high, SHIB was at about 52 billion in market cap. So this is not the short-term price prediction, by the way. Short-term price prediction, we got 26 billion in market cap, which is up here at 0.000045. Only makes sense because that's the peak of that wedge back here in the beginning of February. And now we should be hitting the peak of that wedge once we break out of this wedge pattern. So that's the technical analysis here. Let me know what you guys think about that. And I just kind of wanted to do it extremely simple today. And that's the most simple way that you could do this and looking at the next area for us to reach. So in the short term, we should be reaching that just based off the strength of it being the top of that wedge pattern and us breaking out of that wedge pattern. It should give us the momentum to actually reach there. But anyways, go ahead, hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about this. Just wanted to come here and show you guys this, because if we break out here in Bitcoin and we continue on uptrend, we will be going up again. That's 250%, 255. So we're going to be doing good. Anyways, this is all I got for y'all today. As always, I'll be back with another